cmpradio.net. It's the station.
Welcome back to Rooted and Real. We are here at CMP Radio, the only independent radio station here in Chester. We are so happy to have you here with us tonight. And if you didn't catch our last episode, we talked about Valentine's Day. We talked about love. We talked about marriage. We talked about dating. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, after tonight, go back and listen to it. It was a really good episode. Tonight, we will be talking about, in honor of Women's History Month, we're going to be talking about our experiences as women, our experiences as mothers, and what do we identify as. So stay tuned and enjoy. So welcome to
Rooted in Real, Delva Diaries. I want you to say it now. Rooted in Real, Delva Diaries.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Good evening.
Good evening. So we're going to take a second, and if you could share our link with your friends, with your family.
I'm trying to.
I know.
You feel old. Why?
Because I'm trying to post a post.
We're going to give everybody a second to hop on.
I know. That's what we're doing too. We're sharing this.
I already copied the link. You don't copy, you share it. Look, I'm feeling it.
I'm getting more and more comfortable with these lives. For those of you that hopped on already, I'm telling you, my sisters convinced me to do this. I was like, I'm a secret girl. I don't talk about myself. But now I'm like, all right, it's Thursday night. It's time to connect with some of our friends and families that are watching, some new viewers that are coming out. And I'm very grateful to my siblings, that they pushed me to do this and kind of get out my comfort zone, get out my shell, and participate in free media, right? There's so much happening right now in America and globally, but I will never take for granted the freedom I have in America, the freedom of being American. And I know that's going to be a little bit of what we talk about, being American, but also being Haitian American. Which one do I identify more with? But thank you, Tina, Natalie, Wazzy. This is good. Yeah. This is good.
Definitely a new experience, but I'm enjoying it.
Right?
Doing it with you, ladies.
What's been a highlight for you? What's been like a not so much of a highlight for you?
I'm glad that in the busyness of everything that we do on a daily, for us to find time every other Thursday at 8:30 to come together and talk about, topics and what's important. Talk about topics that's important to us and relevant to our viewers. So, my highlight is why we're doing this. I can't believe we're doing this. We're finding the time in the schedule that we feel like there is no more space, no more openings, and to come together and do this for ourselves and for our viewers.
Yeah.
Lamont Morris, Chief Lamont, check it in. Good evening, beautiful people. Good evening.
Good evening, Lamont.
So
Morris or Harris?
Harris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
I told you I'm getting old.
Okay. I've been stretching these 2 weeks contacts for about a month. You have to read the context. The comments.
I got
real loud.
you.
My friend's been telling
when
me
you said
at
more.
work, you need glasses, Natalie. You need glasses.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
She was joking at first, but I think she might have some.
I've been squinting a little bit more, but I've also grown sensitive to glare, like sunlight glare, or like when it was snowing and the way the sun was kind of bouncing off the snow. I hate squinting because it gives me a headache. So now I have sunglasses everywhere, in my car, in my pocket, my purses, in my drawer, everywhere, just so I could have one ready to grab. And because ask me what my least favorite thing is right now, and it's squinting.
Yeah. For me, it's the computers at work. Because I have 3 screens and sitting in front of the computer all the time, and it's coming back. Oh, and another thing that's so interesting. So I recently saw a video where someone was saying if you're pigmented, if you're black and you got darker skin, cameras aren't made for us. Computer cameras weren't tested for our skin. So have you ever done a Zoom or a Teams and you realize your facial feature is just dark? You sit in the meeting like all they see is eyes.
Yeah. Oh.
And he was saying how you have to go into the settings and you have to switch it up.
Huh.
So before, this is why I'm saying this because I have my 3 screens, and in the middle is this bright light that shines on me sometimes so that the people I'm talking to can see my face. And I always felt very weird about that, right? Because I was like, they can't see my face when I talk.
Yeah.
But recently I went into the settings and changed the settings on my laptop, and they can it brighten up everything and change my face.
I got something for you. I have like
He said
maybe 6 pairs of blue screen glasses for like the computer. I'm gonna give you one
Okay.
because it really
Hurting my
helped me.
eyes.
Yeah, I got you.
And then with that light, when I get on meetings, if I turn it on,
Yeah.
it's a killer.
I got
And
you.
by the time it's like 1 o'clock, I'm like,
What color you like? I have like a clear one, clear frame.
any.
Okay.
I
I
have a
don't
dark.
mind.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't mind.
I have one for you.
But interesting,
all right.
right?
So
On topic.
Give them a few more minutes.
for
A
people to
minute.
log
Yeah.
in.
If you did catch any of our previous episodes, what did you enjoy? If you were here with us 2 weeks ago, tell me one thing that you remember about our things you should or should never say to your man. If anybody was here with us last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys remember any of them?
Never disrespect your man in private or public.
Okay.
And welcome, Miss Staples. Welcome back. We remember you from last episode.
And today's conversation is going to be really spicy, so
Is it?
hope you all.
It
I
is.
think so.
Yeah, you gonna spice it up.
When you talk about
Yeah.
identity and what you identify as and what you identify as, and maybe the others who identify as that group don't accept you, listen, it's interesting.
And have you always identified with what you do now before? Like, but
Yeah.
yeah. Was it
We'll
always
get
that
into
way?
it.
Did you ever feel that way? Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very good.
All right.
One more second.
I'm gonna let y'all know now.
Yeah, I'm a little old. I don't know. how that
I'm gonna
shit
be in
is.
and out of it. I'm gonna be like, "What did you just say?" Because I already can tell the headspace I'm in, and I feel like I need to really pay attention because my mind just wants to wander tonight.
Hey,
Yeah,
Woodley
When
Paul.
it's a long day.
There he is, the walking green flag.
That's the one, guys. Yes.
All right.
Why are we quiet? Why are we quiet?
Because we're trying to let people
Well,
log
yeah,
in.
we're gonna
Oh,
give
wait
them
for
time
people.
to hop
We're letting
on.
people-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they're hopping on and hopping off.
That's okay.
But we're gonna get started in another minute. So please, if you're sharing, you can share if you want to make some comments, either from the last couple of episodes. Share your thought. That'll be awesome.
Sorry, I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, read them.
Woodley, you have to watch the episode from 2 weeks ago and understand why you're the walking green light.
Walking green light.
It says just no.
Oh, we gotta let Junior know we on.
Or Junior and Aisha.
Oh, I did. I tagged Aisha and Junior. Well, I tagged him in the comments.
Oh, is
you
that how
put
you
at,
do?
and then you type in a name and then
On Facebook or?
on Facebook.
Okay. I didn't do that. I just kind of sent the link. Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't send the link too. Okay.
Oh, okay. 30 more seconds.
Wow.
as
Was
I
he? I've
send
never
all
seen
my,
you. There's a.
Hmm? Give me 30 more seconds.
How many of you finished watching? Did you finish watching The Bridgertons?
No, I
I didn't even start. Honestly, I don't got time. You know what? That's a lie. I have been watching Night Agent season 3.
There's another season that dropped.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that on
into
Disney
like.
Plus?
No, it's on Netflix. I'm into
No.
like like government conspiracy and like
Yeah, I think.
So did you watch Scandal?
CIA. Now
If
that
you're into government conspiracy,
no, it's too
conspiracy, you haven't
romanticized.
watched
I just want the cold card.
Scandal?
I want action, hold card like cold
I'm-
hard facts.
I'm telling you.
I don't want to.
I what?
Uh,
Okay, all right. Listen, it's a good one though. It's a good one. It's gonna be a classic. It's gonna age very well.
Scandal.
Scandal.
But okay, so I was watching an episode with Wuzzy one time, and all I saw was butt cheeks, and like pants down, and it was like
Sexy.
not what I needed to see. I was like, I don't want
But
to
you
see
like
naked.
the Bridgertons? There's plenty of them.
I like the first season. Out of all the seasons, I'm like the first season is my kind of taste. I can
There's a whole lot of.
I can't handle.
Tyshira.
Hey,
Hey,
oh
Ty.
Tyshira, hey. Yeah, I can't handle all the.
Okay. All right.
Should I Should I translate? Was he?
Hmm?
No, we said no to that. Translating.
Translating what?
Any like important facts?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe in the future
Okay.
we'll have like if we have time, like a after something.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do like a recap. I don't know. I feel like we need an entire episode in
Okay.
Creole.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so welcome everybody. Like I said before, we're gonna be talking about women's issues. It's International Women's Month.
Yes.
And I always thought that meant like if you were like ethnically maybe something else or one of your parents, and we're celebrating that and doing some research, and it's more about like the women's suffrage movement, right? And how that started out in the beginning of the 20th century. Women did not always have the right to vote, and you know they fought for that, and so I got to learn a little bit more. That was interesting. So I identify. That's a word that we've been hearing a lot these past few years. What do you identify as? You know, so last night as we were kind of brainstorming what we wanted to talk about, the question came up like, what do you identify as? Being like first generation Haitian, do you identify more with your Haitian side, growing up Black American, more as a mother, more as a wife? Like, if you had to put it in a certain order, you know, what do you identify more as?
Yeah.
So with
Yeah.
Dominique.
Hey,
Yeah, do you feel more Haitian? Do you feel more American? Is it equal?
And here's the thing: you might feel like all of those things, and you can't separate them. But Rosie's making us separate them, in prioritizing, which one would you say you identify with first, second, third? It's hard. So
That's hard because
it is.
I feel like I can only identify as a Haitian American. I can't say, oh, I identify more as American, more as Haitian. That's really hard for me.
Yeah.
But if you want me to be, no, you have to answer. Is that the case?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Not that I don't want to, but I can't.
Is that what you're trying to make us
I
do?
do.
Okay.
If yeah.
So here's the thing. It's so hard, especially if over the past 10 years that I've been interacting more with the Haitian community and speaking Creole way more than I did prior to 2010, I'd say. And I've picked up, my tongue has gotten heavier because I'm speaking Creole more. My neck hurts. I feel like I'm
Stretching.
yeah.
Like you bending over.
But
Do you feel like being married to a Haitian husband increased, like the Haitian community, influence increased in your household, and things that you did because you married Haitian?
because because I was formerly married to a Haitian man who was born, raised in Haiti, like, relatively new to America. Yes. Like I said, I was saying my tongue has gotten a little heavier because of that, and I've developed a new accent, a new way of talking, and so people have said, "Oh, where are you from?" Like, everywhere I go, "Where are you from? You have an accent." And I'm like, "I do? What? Really?" So I feel like over the past 10 years, let me say 6, I feel forced to identify more as Haitian. Does that make sense? Because I feel like that's the corner I'm being pushed in between people I interact with, or even strangers that are like, you're not American. Where are you from? And I'm like, I was born here. More people ask me, where were you born? More now than ever. And I was like, I was born in Brooklyn. Like, what you talking about? So,
Are you offended by that?
No, I'm not offended. No, I'm not offended. I just feel like a true American. Why? Because Americans are mixed across the board in some way, some shape, or form. Like, we are a melting pot. We are known to be, despite what certain extreme groups, cults would like to portray America to be. We are completely mixed. We are like, and we're getting more and more mixed. Brassé. C'est comme ça nous dit en créole. Nous brassé. Tout le monde is adopting each other's culture, each other's taste, flavor. I mean, we might, see more and more mixed families, and
even more so now than back in the early 2000s or 90s.
Yeah. So I'm a proud Haitian American. I'm proud to be American too. I know we have our issues, we have our history, but we have the freedom to be women on a podcast, on free media right now, like, without worrying about somebody coming through the door and killing us or harming us. We have the freedom to pray openly. We have the freedom of speech, the freedom to protest. I mean, there's countries right now people are protesting.
Are we still free to protest and not get shot? That's questionable.
You taking us back to a couple episodes, a couple lives ago.
I'm just saying, if
You're
we're
right.
gonna say we got freedom to protest, I think that ought to be questioned. But I hear you.
I guess what you're protesting and who's president at the time.
We have the right to protest. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Constitutionally, maybe theoretically.
You might want to speak
Is
in
it
the mic.
practically?
Because you're a little far from the mic.
Oh, no.
Say
I
that
said
again,
theoretically.
sis.
But practically today, it's just a little questionable. But no, go keep going.
No, that's it. I think that's all.
I was loving it.
Did I answer everything? Why do I feel like I didn't answer everything?
I feel like you
You
did.
can answer it over the
Right.
course of our segment today.
Okay.
Yes.
So Natalie, what do you identify as?
So initially. So I don't feel like I can separate. I am Haitian American, born in Brooklyn, raised in Chester, you know, got married in the area, got married in Philly, had my children in Chester. So I'm definitely hands down Haitian American. But last night when we were having a conversation, I was forced to pick one. So I think the question was supposed to say, like, out of everything we're Black, we're women, we're Haitian, we're American, we're mothers, we're wives, sisters, scientists, auntie, writers. Like, what are the, like, if you were to rank them,
your big buckets
in like, what means the most to you in identity? So to break it down, I think Rosie wanted us to say, like, is Black more important than being a woman? Like that. So based on that, I would say Black woman. See, the Blackness ties in Haitian American. It's like one row. It's very hard for me to say each one, but I would say American than Haitian because I was born in America. But it's like right there. I can't. It's very, very, very hard to separate.
Let me throw a curveball in there. Christian.
Yeah.
Your belief. Like,
yeah. So it'll be Christian first. God first above everything. Christian, Black, woman, American. No, Christian, Black,
Caribbean,
woman, wife, mom, American, Haitian.
wow.
And everything else underneath.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what she wanted us to do.
I like that.
Yeah. Christian,
and then Black, and
woman,
then woman, and then
wife,
and
mom,
then scientist, and
wife.
then
Wife. Whatever family traits, and then my job is last.
your job comes under.
It's
all
like,
of that.
yeah, because that can change.
That can.
I could never. Well, I could.
You're not so attached to your.
Yeah, that career.
Your work.
Yeah, that's the least of my identity. Is my job.
Okay, I see what you said, Ty. You're scared to protest because of who's in office right now. Feel you on that. We normally don't do this, but you can, if it's okay with you guys. Est-ce que yo ka poser nous une question? N'importe question yo vle. You guys, can you?
And Whitney said the norm now is
Mixed
have a
family.
mixed family.
Yeah, like if you want your algorithm to significantly increase on social media, be in a mixed couple. Like they get a lot of views. Because people were shocked. I think it was like a few years ago, it was a mixed couple doing a Cheerios commercial, and America was outraged. And I feel like now it's more acceptable because there's so many mixed couples on TikTok.
Blackish, and then she came out with
the show
ish. Yeah, because I feel like I might be wrong, but after they came out with that show, I feel like a lot more mixed actors started to come fill in a lot of parts.
It was illegal at one point.
Yeah, historically, yeah. But then they say
You
by
get
like
hung.
2050, most of the United States is gonna be mixed.
Well,
mixed individuals.
and that's what's scaring them. That's what's scaring certain group. They're trying to keep their race pure. Is that, well, in 20 years, will there be a pure race of any kind? You know, that's what a lot of people who believe in trying to keep things pure or separated.
Or as the majority. Being, you want to be in the majority so that your ideals are the majority. Your way of life, your way of doing things stay in the majority. Yeah. You want to resist change a little bit because change can be a little bit scary. And you want to hold on to tradition. You want to hold on to the past. You want to hold on to the way things were.
what you're familiar and used to. But so, can you answer that question?
I
Then we
can.
have you.
I can. Before I answer it, normally don't do this, but you guys can access whatever you want. Go ahead in the comment section. Something you've been dying to know. Dear Delva Diaries. You know,
That should have been
we'll share.
last
Yeah. Yeah. Something you've always wanted to ask us, but wasn't sure how we were going to answer. This is your opportunity. Pertaining to this topic, of course, you know, if you know how to say anything in Creole, surprise me. Yeah. What's your favorite Haitian dish? But to answer your question, for me, it used to be Haitian first. It would be Haitian above everything. And at one point, before being a Christian, because of everything that's going on in Haiti, it's just like those issues just came first. Even if it contradicted what the word of God said, like out loud, I would say, of course, God first, of course. But deep down inside, I knew that if there was ever some kind of revolution or something, and I felt like God was telling me to do this, I would be thinking like, oh, but my country, but this, but that. I want to do things my way because the suffering has to end. And I don't want to wait on your timing, God. We need to be free because Haitians are liberated, but we are still being oppressed in a sense. And I would say Haitian first at one point. I would like to say Christian, but I battle that depending on the day and what's happening. So
that you just,
so
I think you
Still,
pulled.
so you said in the past. Is that
I
still
struggle
now?
with it day to day. Today, I'll say God first, Haitian second. Being American. No, I'm sorry. Christian first, Haitian second. Being a mom first, being a wife
I literally
second.
mouthed mom.
I would like to give you the PC answers, but I'm just gonna say it. It's not right. It's something I need to work on. But mother first, wife second, my business after that, and then so on. So that would be my order, and I struggle with putting what's supposed to be priority first. I struggle with that. So there you have it. Rooted
Priority
and real.
or identity?
My priority in identity. Priority within my identity for that day, for depending on what's happening, and if I'm gonna, I'm struggling with my faith, and like God will see us through it all with everything that's happening, and what happened if there's a fallout, a nuclear bomb. We already know what's gonna happen in the end. It's written for us, but we still have that fear that creeps up, and it's like, oh my gosh, if we can't drink the water, what country, if my children get drafted, are they going to have women being drafted? The fear creeps in, and you worry, like, does God really got us through it all? Yeah.
You said something that.
Oh, somebody has a question.
Yeah, I saw that. I was pulling up the extended comment.
I would love to hear what you have to say, and then we'll take that question.
So, kind of answering a little bit more of how I feel. When I went to Haiti, those times that I've gone to Haiti, I felt more alive than ever. I felt more home there than I do here, to be honest.
if Haiti wasn't a failed state right now, I would probably be there if I really could. Like, if I had to go back and change things, I don't think I would stay here in the States. Like, my metaphysics changes. It responds to being in Haiti. I don't know if it's a genetics or just bloodline.
No, there's something to that because I think because two things. One, when I leave this country, I feel different. I'm getting the sun that I need, the air, the water, even the water, the skin change clears up. So I definitely agree that there is something genetic about going back to your origin, you know.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay, I think that at my core, I would have to identify more as Haitian than American. But I feel like we're putting our foots in our mouths, especially for viewers, saying that because it's like, but y'all was born here, though. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? You're American. So it's just, I know how this sounds, but I'm telling you how I feel.
But I feel like this is why we're having this conversation. It's a tough conversation, especially for first-gen Americans. Doesn't matter if you're Haitian, Jamaican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, you're coming from any of the African countries or Asia. This is a hard topic because sometimes even if you identify as your parents' origin country, sometimes that group doesn't even accept you because you're just Americanized or you're not Haitian enough. You're not Jamaican enough. You don't speak Spanish right or you're not one of us. So this is why we're having the conversation tonight because it's a very hard one. And we want people that's like us, first gen, both mother and father is from Haiti, came over in the 80s. But how do we identify because we were born here in the States? So it's a hard conversation. It's something that we battle in ourselves because sometimes we're not even accepted.
And which is why I said what I said. Not only that, but I was the first one born. I'm the oldest. So my parents came in 1983. I was born in 1985. So they didn't even speak English at home. I had to learn English in school. I remember going in third grade, still going to was it ELS class, English as second language, ESL classes, and I learned English through school and friends and watching American TV shows and everything like that. But still, today I say I still identify more with Americans because of the simple fact. My mom made it a point for us to speak English and be more American because if you guys remember back in the 90s, Haitians were kind of like a hot topic in America and they were trying to blame certain pandemics and diseases on Haitians.
Outbreaks.
Remember that whole protest they did with the AIDS? And we had a protest against that. It was always something. So my mom was like, yeah, you gotta learn English. You gotta, in order for you to, succeed in this country. But that's not why. That's not why I say American first. The reason why I say American first is because my experience in college, I tried to connect with my people, my Haitian people. But I wasn't too Haitian. I wasn't Haitian enough.
Tell us a story.
Hold on, I never answered the question. I just
Yeah. I'm gonna let Christina answer. But so it's sometimes I feel more like American and other than I still keep my culture. I still cook the Haitian food. I'm married to a handsome Haitian man.
Haitian American. Represent.
He's the only one born in America. Yeah, so he's also Haitian American. I never thought that would happen, but here we are. But I'm gonna pause, and Christina, you can tell us what you.
So I wanted to touch on mine because I don't know. I feel a little bit differently from my sisters. So if I'm going to identify something first, it's gonna be my faith. It's gonna be my walk with God. I'm gonna identify as Christian. So that's my first bucket. I am a Christian first. And then second, is I am a mother and a wife. Because if crap hits the fan, family comes next to my Christianity. And then, but after that, when we talk about, I will identify as being Black, and then I'm Haitian American, but I'm going to twist it and say I am Americanized Haitian, because being Haitian is so important to me. And Natalie, you just said about mommy, making sure we speak English and things like that. And I remember when we were younger, because of everything that was being said about Haitians, she was speaking to somebody and somebody said, "Oh, you have an accent. Where you from?" Mommy said, "Martinique." I said, "No, she not. She from Haiti." And she looked at me. She looked at me with some dagger eyes. And I looked at her back like, I ain't lying. I'm proud to be Haitian. So I think from an early age, Poppy instilling in us the Haitian culture, the Haitian history. And I always enjoyed government and politics and understanding my roots, and knowing that we're the first African country, Haitian country, to gain our independence in 1803. That always stuck to me, that we were revolutionaries, and then we took over the entire island and set Dominican Republic free, and then we went to South America and set some country over there free, and then we came to the United States and we fought over here to help the slaves that were here in the United States.
They didn't want the Haitians over here. They didn't want the Haitians over here. They're like, keep them Haitians over there.
Because why? Coupe tête, boule caille. So I just so much. Chicago, founded by a Haitian. Like, just all the history always gave me so much pride that I didn't want to lose that. And then seeing other Haitians kind of denying their roots also made me want to dig in a little bit more and hold my head up so high with pride to say, I am Haitian. And I think that's why I identify so hard with being Haitian. Am I accepted by my Haitian community? Not all the time. There's so many times I'm walking and I meet a fellow Haitian. I always say hi. Oh my goodness, you Haitian? Hi, so am I. Ça passe. And then they look at me like, oh, you was born here? I was like, yeah. So you're not really Haitian. I said, test my DNA and my blood. I'm Haitian. And I just feel like you can't take that from me.
Yeah, like
it can't be. Yeah.
There's been times where I've been told, oh, vous faites ici, tu vois haïtien. Like, you born here, you're not American. I mean, you're not Haitian. And I'm like, okay, so then I'm not Haitian to you. But, right. I mean, I always felt like I didn't know how to respond to that. I know I didn't feel positively about it. Right. I felt rejection. And I hate feeling like there's been times where the same mouth that said I wasn't Haitian, a couple weeks later would then say, oh, you Haitian. So make up your mind, because, you know, that frustrates me. Yeah. You know.
What frustrates me is also the divisiveness, because there's so many, yes, Haitian Americans, Haitian that was born here, but our country is being destroyed. It's a failed state. It's so many issues. And there are Haitian Americans here. If we were accepted with open arms, there's assistance, there's help. But imagine growing up and always told you're not good enough. You don't speak Creole good enough. I speak Creole, but my Creole is with an American accent. And I will continue to speak my Creole with an American accent. But it's just, so we have to unite a little bit more.
Or catch this.
People.
That's that same mouth that's saying you're not Haitian will then turn around and say Osaka is Haitian. But she wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, fact check me, but she wasn't born there. So, like, which one is it? Either a Haitian is a Haitian because they're born there or not. You can't flip the coin and pick and choose who you want to rep Haiti.
A celebrity.
Right.
Yeah, so you want to claim her.
Yeah, we want to claim
her. She's famous. She's
Usher. Who else? Derulo, Jason Derulo.
Questionably Beyonce. Or she just Creole.
She's Creole. Louisiana, yeah.
Okay.
Louisiana. So that's, but yeah. I know Paul Woodley Paul will ask the question, but I don't know if we're gonna venture into that.
You know, like we kind of answered it.
His question?
The economic, political, and economic structure.
So I just read the question for everyone. So, dear Delva Diary, what is the scariest thing right now in today's political, economic structure that you feel
Natalie
is held? So it's cut off, so we can't read all of it.
Natalie has it right there.
So I have, Dear Delva Diaries, what is the scariest thing right now in today's political, economic structure that you feel is or has held our people of color back from advancing? The rhetoric of they're black, we're white, like bringing that back. When President Barack Obama became president, I felt like, oh my God, we advanced as a society. We can accept a person of color of being the leader of, our American country, but then having it ripped kind of like to shreds by the following president. It was kind of like, no, you guys are getting too excited. Let me remind you. And with that hateful rhetoric, of divisiveness.
So yeah, I agree. What was the last part? From advancing is our current president. He has taken us back decades. So,
or not.
But here, the thing I think what's holding us back is ourselves sometimes, because I take this like lightly. Don't take this definitive, but if we stop believing or letting what people say define us and take ourselves away from that, like make ourselves a community, like the vision that the Black Panthers had, we can support ourselves. We don't need government assistance. We're going to assist ourselves. We don't need your bank. We're going to create our own bank. However, every time we did do it in the past, it got bombed, because that's how powerful we are, that they get so freaking scared that they destroy those communities where we had our own doctors, our own school, and we had our own. They keep taking it from us. We need to stop being scared and rebuild those communities again, because they need us. The economy need our culture more than we need them. And that's what we need to realize. We need to stick together and support each other and not depend on them so they can say these things and take this away. We boycott something, they feel it. Mm-hmm. We boycott Adidas, we boycott Target, and guess what? Apology letters and statements are given. That shows our power. We just need to take it, own it, and do it again. Do it and keep doing it again. They're going to come and destroy it. Do it again.
So here's how I feel when you said that we feel like our country's been taken back decades, right? My take on it is that you ever clean something, you clean in the cabinet or whatever, you could wipe it down is one thing, but when you take out the cans or you take out the products and you look, you see the corners, you see the rings, and you really give it a good wipe down, you go on top, you see the dust. I feel like that leadership it's kind of revealing what wasn't cleaned up. All the gunk that's still in the nooks and corners of the situation of this country is being cleaned out. So in a way, it's a necessary thing. And that's the optimism in me. What do they call it? The sunny side, right? The bright side of it, whatever. That's how I choose to see things. Mm-hmm. I feel like, okay, we are witnessing the underbelly of the ugly part of this country, the underbelly of this country, and
the fears.
The ugliness is being weeded out, seeded out. Let's get it all out. Let's see who in 2020, you saw a clear divide on social media and who stood on what. And so now you can pull out and identify the people that need to be, what did you call it? Go to like the re-education camps that I think we should. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No re-education camps. But like that can come out and have those real conversations with people that disagree. And it's happened. And I love seeing that, where you have the table space where people with different beliefs can really hash it out
without being disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's the part.
Or sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am not well versed in this, but I hear you.
I don't think anybody can hear you.
Oh, I said I'm not well versed in this. I haven't been keeping up with current day politics. What I do know is, yes, rolling back, rolling back the grounds and looking at what's happening and kind of seeing, the underbelly of this country. And I see what you're saying, but not when active, like when our Constitution is being attacked.
Yes.
When voting rights are being attacked.
Yes.
When women rights are being attacked.
And
like,
monuments are being taken down.
Black
So
history
you
is
don't
being
want to
ripped
see
down.
who the
Oh, no,
crazies are? That's what I'm saying. Like, we want them. Yeah, say what you got to say. We want to know who is.
But identify them and do what? Because these are real issues that's
Not
going to
vote for
affect our
them.
kids.
No,
Not vote for
recognize
them.
what
Not support their
things-
businesses. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not talking about. Yes, you have your everyday people who believe what they want to believe, which is their right. But I mean, in addition to those people, finish what you were saying, because I feel like you're gonna make a good point. I don't want to miss it.
No,
I'm fear of missing out what you were gonna say.
When legislation is passed, when
Tina, speaking the mic, girl, because you always got something good to drop.
Oh, I think
I don't want
I think-
anybody-
Can y'all hear me? Put a thumbs up if y'all
I know,
can
you
hear
don't
me.
want your lip to touch the mic. That's the real issue. Okay. With all that lip gloss on, it's gonna get stuck.
Oh, you coming for me?
No, I like it. I like it.
That's
All that
real
lip
good
gloss.
for you.
That's what I mean. That's not
All
what I
that
mean.
lip gloss.
Stop playing. It's a good thing. It's a
Let me get mine
Please
out.
not me.
It's
I'm
women
the one
saying
that's
when we-
always like.
Stop playing with me.
That's not what I mean. Anyway, parlez, chérie. Parlez. Nous besoin t'entendre. Nous envie t'entendre.
I haven't watched the replay.
I know.
Doodle's spicy. Y'all think she in the
Y'all be
sit.
taking it the
And
wrong way.
Women's History Month. Shoot.
My lip gloss is over there.
Y'all too
No, I
much.
was,
I'm a woman.
Stop playing. I just wanted to hear you. That's all.
No, but for real, when you're too far from the mic, we hear you not loud and clear. But when you play it back,
Oh,
it's
okay,
like,
okay.
yeah, you gotta be up. You gotta be like this. You know what I'm saying?
So I was just saying, when legislation is being passed and the Supreme Court is making decisions, these are lasting changes, because you know what happened to go over and turn it over. Who do we have in Congress? Who do we have in the Senate? These are not things that can just overnight. Oh, we get a new president. We're gonna go ahead and do these change. Like, we're gonna reverse. We're just gonna undo in one day what Trump did. No, these are long,
Well, he did it.
lasting. Well, he does it. He did it.
He
Through,
came
and
and
then
did
he
it
keeps
one
doing
night.
executive orders. But just because he's been able to do that
The next person
doesn't mean
might be
right.
able to.
Right. So we are being attacked.
Just more work for the judges.
Did y'all hear Miss Crockett, from what I read, didn't win? A Republican male won. Middle school teacher or something like
In
that.
Texas, they have some early primaries. It's only March.
And I
Goodness.
know right now, Carol Kazim, she's out talking to people and getting her stuff ready.
Signatures.
And
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it that
It's-
time
it's-
already? I feel like they ran last year.
So state representatives run every 2 years.
Okay. Wow, time flies.
It does. That's why I probably never become a state rep, because, or I wouldn't want that, because that 2 year, it's like you campaign, you can't rest, and then you're up and you're running again. And the best is the Senate, U.S. Senate, because you run every 6 years. You can take a break, you run, take a break,
Actually
you
make changes.
yeah, make changes. But
no,
I do
don't
think
say
that there needs to
actually
be-
make changes.
Well, because
Our
one
reps
year
are-
is that
they-
enough
they do,
time.
but it
they
feels
working
like
hard.
They
working
are,
hard.
but it's just they feel. But if you think about 6 years versus 2 years, you
Yeah,
Right.
I get
that
it.
next year
There's
on campaigning
instability,
again.
right?
I get it.
right.
Yeah, but I've been hearing a lot of positive things about our rep, Carol Kazim.
Oh, she's
and
awesome.
the changes that she's
I
making.
think she's awesome.
She has my vote again and again.
And again and again and again.
And again
State
and
Representative
again and
Carol
again and
Kazi.
again. And again,
You
and
have my
again,
vote.
and again, and
Again,
again.
And again, I say again. And again, I say again.
She was better
Okay.
than the previous
Rejoice,
one.
And again, I
Turn it into, and again, I say again. Yes.
Yes, listen the Lord always.
And again, I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always. You can tell we tired, y'all. We tired this
Long
week.
week. All right.
But I feel like that may go into the next point. We are tired being professionals and having to take care of our families. But we kind of asked for this. And women history must think about it. We marched to work. And we wanted
I did not march.
So
I will never
There's
march.
a difference
to go to
between women rights and feminism. We gotta a lot of people lump them together, but we maybe some people march so we could work, but for equal wages.
Yeah, equal
Like,
wages.
I don't want to do.
Yes,
I don't want to do
yes.
the same job he's
Yes.
doing and then get paid less.
Or maybe just to have a
because-
bank account
Yeah.
without my,
Or be able to vote.
yeah.
If I choose to work, I
goodness.
should be able to work and I should get paid fairly. And even today's society, I remember when I was at Penn State, the female professors were getting paid way less than the male professors. And I was at Penn State 2000. This is 2008. It was still a problem. Equal wages is still a problem. It's still a problem today.
Oh my goodness. I was looking at a timeline earlier and going back to the bank account. In order for you to open up a bank account at one point, you needed
Your
a
husband.
male.
Yeah.
Maybe a man to be there to kind of co-sign and say you can have an account. That's mind-blowing. And it wasn't that long ago.
That's why marriages last so long.
Not Dolly.
Sorry.
Not God. No, you know what? There's some truth
So
to
now
that.
that you said
There's
that,
a lot of
let's
truth
it back
to that.
and explain. Let's explain
There's
that statement.
truth
please.
to that. There's truth to
Because
that.
a woman couldn't live by herself. It's not because I'm not saying, there wasn't real marriages back then, but some women who may have wanted to leave couldn't leave because she couldn't get her own place.
Yeah.
She couldn't open her own bank account.
She's financially dependent.
Yeah, she couldn't work, or if she did work, it would barely put food on the table. So it was a smarter decision to stay with her husband.
Was it? But imagine if you're in an abusive situation and you cannot leave. Like you're treated like dirt because they knew that there was no other option for you but to stay in an abusive situation.
If you have
where it's
children and you're
toxic.
wondering where your children's next meal is going to be, that's the sacrifices moms make. And they still make them today.
We need to watch that movie, Fences.
Think about
many-
women's suffrage and prohibition happening around the same time. Why do you think that the women were trying to stop alcohol from coming into their counties? There is a connection. And you're not getting beat.
Because he's drunk.
And
Speak
then you
more on
can
that.
say, I haven't done enough research on it, but the fact that that's one of the things that the women who were fighting to vote and fighting for fair wages, they also went after, alcohol. And I don't know if that was a good thing. I don't know if it made, buying and selling alcohol go underground and became a worse problem. I'm not sure. I have to look more into it. But I could see that being like a men's issue. I could see that
Oh,
being a
your
problem for
colleague.
men. So it's interesting. But
But I think there's a good side and a bad side to every situation.
yeah.
There's so much to unpack with this topic. There's just so much to unpack.
But in honor of the women that came before us, what can we say to that? I know that when I do my reading or research and I see what the woman before us went through for us to have, I'm a corporate affairs manager in corporate America, making, I want to say, pretty good wages. And it was because of the woman before us that allowed us to have these type of roles, because before it probably been a white man that would have this job. And I would probably be expected to be at home. taking care of kids,
Or taking
the
care of
house,
somebody else's
taking
kids.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
taking
would
care-
have been your job.
Doing
taking care of somebody
else's
else's kid.
Breastfeeding.
But I think we have come a long way. I think we got further to go. The fact that this country still expect women to give birth and go back to work in 6 weeks, in 12 weeks.
That's what a balance. That's what I say is good
Is
and bad.
insane.
That's the good and the bad.
That needs to be changed because I wasn't ready. The child is not ready at 12 weeks to be separated from their mom.
Or dad.
Or dad, mom or dad. But I say mom specifically because of the breastfeeding. And I know when I went back to work, and even though I was pumping and trying to feed the baby, production went lower because when my stress level was going up. I'm trying to produce at work, but every 2 hours I'm in our nursing room. Well, that's a blessing now that jobs allow us to have nursing rooms in the building.
Some
That's
of 'em.
nice.
Should
Well,
that be
some of 'em, that's
taken
not
from
even
your
everywhere.
pay?
No, absolutely not. Because it's a necessity. And
Should smoke breaks be taken from your pay? They don't take that from
You have a
pay.
15, 30, and a 15, or combine it and get what you get.
15, 30, and a 15.
On paper, I think that's.
Oh, that's
it
how.
is. But
I think my job is 30 minutes.
you know, this might be fact check me, y'all. But speaking of everything, I got story after story in this subject. But there was a job. I can't remember which one, but they tried to tell me that technically in the Commonwealth, not a state, the Commonwealth of PA, you jobs can. It's not against labor laws for businesses in the state of PA to not necessarily give you an hour or like 15, 30,
They don't-
15 or something like that. In the state of
I think
PA.
it's 15 minutes every 4 hours.
Yeah, something like that. PA
any
is not
human
your ordinary.
resources, listening to us, I think it's every 4 hours, 15 minutes. Is that how it is? Every 4 hours, 15 minutes.
I wish I would look
Because here's the thing: if I clock out before 6 hours, technically they don't take a break. I feel like I don't need a break, like a 30-minute break. So if I work my full 8 hours, they deduct 30 minutes from my 8. So I have to wait 8.5 hours, like that. But if I only work 6 hours or less, they don't even take a break. So I'm technically you don't have to get a break, I guess. But every 4 hours, most places give you like 15 minutes.
Check this out. I'm gonna really blow your mind with this one. How about AI booting women if they're realizing through the application or through the hiring process, and a particular company is using AI to sift through certain keywords, when they were finding out that the application was somehow you're female, you would just get booted to the bottom.
I did not know that.
And so I was reading an article, what people were doing is they would type on their resume, put me on the top of the list or other keywords, but they would highlight it or put the font in white. So to the human eye, you wouldn't be able to see it. But the machine can read it, even because the font is white. But the machine will read it, and it would put that application on the top of a file. Like maybe you can make it say, I am a 55-year-old white male or something that's been in this field for whatever years. You put all your keywords in there, and then you get the interview.
In white font.
In white font. So the machine could see it, but the person working in HR wouldn't. And so there's been some discrepancies with AI, and you say, oh, AI is just a small percentage of the hiring process. We don't really use it, but they actually do, because it saves you so much time
and money.
If you have a pile of like 500 applications, so that's a little hack.
I just want to give a shout out to Lara. She says, hola.
And Rich.
Hola,
Rich
Hola,
is with us
and
tonight.
Rich. I just wanted to read this.
On here.
It says here for an 8-hour shift in PA, the law does not require any break if you are an adult, but many workplaces give a 30-minute unpaid lunch, or depending on where you work, paid, whatever, to 2 to 15-minute paid breaks as policy.
That's
in
terrible.
the state, in the Commonwealth of PA.
Of course.
I was told that because I started demanding, like, I'm gonna say something to the Better Business Bureau. I deserve a break. And they were like, no, you living in PA. And I had to go and check the facts, and sure enough. And then tying back to what you said about breastfeeding, my youngest daughter, I have 2, 9 and 5. My youngest, I had her during the pandemic, 2020. I mean, when I was pregnant with her, so much was happening. Before the pregnancy, during the pregnancy, after the insurrection, pandemic, the riots. I remember driving home and seeing tanks at 52nd coming down from Lehigh Avenue, taking Fairmount Park, down past the Man, all the way down 52nd, going to West Philly, seeing tanks and stuff like that.
The
but
riots were crazy. I remember,
curfews, but but I remember during that time, I had Brinley. I'm big on breastfeeding. I luckily have the benefits of producing enough milk. So I was really
to feed a city,
pumping, and I was freezing
enough to feed a city.
I was freezing my milk, but both of my daughters did not take the bottle. They just couldn't. They didn't have the coordination to suck from a bottle. They just would gag, and so they would go without eating. And my goodness, they tried. It just couldn't.
Like you couldn't when
they couldn't get a bottle. They couldn't latch on a bottle.
Oh.
So they wouldn't eat. And you don't want a newborn not being getting their calories. It messes up with their development. So on my lunch break, I had 1 hour lunch break. As soon as I dismissed the last patient, or sometimes if the doctor didn't need me, and they knew my situation, so I'd race home, driving my Nissan, trying to get home, hoping the cop didn't stop me because I had to breastfeed my daughter. So I'd race home. It was like a 20-minute one way, 20-minute back. So I'd go, I feed her, try and pump the other breast while she's eating from one, pump the other so that she could eat before I get home, and race back to work just in time to like.
Did you even get to eat?
No. Or I'd be eating in the car at a red light, or eating after I fed her in between patients when I got back. And mind you, I worked with 3 doctors. For each doctor, they get roughly 2 assistants. And then you get a floater for like the hygiene, or somebody would break down the operatories and stuff like that. So during the pandemic, when I first started there was 5 of us. 2 that got hired and 3 that was already there. And there was 3 doctors. The one girl got fired a few weeks after I got hired. And I was like, oh, y'all hired me to replace her. The other girl, she was pregnant. We got pregnant at the same time. Literally found out we were pregnant the same weekend. And then they had the 2 other women. But long story short, the other mom, she didn't come back after her maternity leave. I came back. So now we're down 2. From 5, we're down to 3. The other assistant went to Africa for like a month. The other assistant had to go home and stay with her kids because during the pandemic, they sent kids home
for school.
So it was just me. Now, when I was on my maternity leave, the office was closed because pandemic, everything was shut down, right? But then by the time I came back to work, things were starting to open up again. So I was like, crap, what do I do? But our office didn't have, it was the one that was all the drama. They found the director dead in his car. It was like audits. Yeah. So when I came back, we weren't supposed to really be seeing patients because we didn't have the right HVAC, like the air purification system. So I was really nervous to work with patients. I think we were only seeing like emergency situations, pain and stuff like that. So I was the only assistant working with 3 doctors. Now, I wasn't too busy, but things were picking up. And I just remember feeling so much panic with getting the pandemic getting the COVID and feeling like I wasn't keeping up with the schedule. But God is good because I did it. But I remember my milk production stopped because I just wasn't able to pump. I'd be in there pumping, and the doctors would be like, "You have a patient," and I'm just like, "I'm breastfeeding," and so we figured it out. But I fed Elena, my oldest, up until she was 18 months, breastfeeding. My second, she didn't even make it to a year. I felt so, till this day, my heart hurts because of that. Because I will breastfeed until
So why are we marching to go back to work?
That's not what I thought.
Why are we marching?
Because unfortunately, the demands of consumerism, capitalism, the demands of this economy, it's bringing us to our knees. Where
life is expensive.
Or we're greedy.
I think bingo.
We're greedy.
Didn't we say a few episodes ago that everything we end up making ends up being spent on
supporting our jobs?
Yeah.
That was a topic that we didn't go back to. Like,
yeah.
Is it?
And we shop a lot. Like, women shop a lot for our families, for the everyday household. But then it's also the unnecessary things. Like, if we're having a sleepover, we're going to have the matching tents and the little drinks and the matching robes.
Instagram ready.
Yes.
Not I.
We spend a lot of money on pointless things. So do we really need two incomes?
So the question
I
we
know
had,
what matching's that you talking about. You gotta lay down on this pillow.
How much have you ever spent on a birthday party for your kids? Like,
I still do my
that's
party.
a real
old
side
school
question,
style.
but just like, is that what we're marching for?
I see what you're
So
saying. Yeah.
I think that in today's economy, both people need to work, because when eggs is $8, $10, $12, absolutely, it's unaffordable. And I'm not, me and Jamar, we're not one.
That's that cage free.
You can just put a chicken in your backyard and it'll be free.
So that was the question. Is it worth working, or is it worth staying home as a mom?
So
because you end up spending more. Do you end up spending more money supporting a family working or not working?
Depending on your job. For the regular job people, yes. But if you're like an actress or some other field where you might be making more than him, then no. You know, so that's why I said we're marching for that, for what. And another part is, like, when you're bringing an income into the home, that brings a say-so. You become more person. You have identity. And it's like, maybe we just need to address that. If that's your dream to work, if you always wanted to be a flight attendant, or you had dreams and goals, yeah, your partner should support whatever you want to be.
I strongly disagree, but we're almost at time, and I think we should continue this conversation on the next one. So please stay tuned as we talk more and more about professional women in the workplace and being a wife and a mom for Women History Month. But I strongly disagree, because I don't know. I can reflect back in our household. Out of our income, I have the opportunity to make more, and we need that in order for us. We live in the city of Chester, but I do not prefer to send my child to the Chester Upton School District. So we have our kids in.
If you were home, you would be homeschooling them.
Would I?
Yes.
Not everybody want to. I don't think I would homeschool. I don't think I would homeschool. So not everybody. Not everybody.
I don't want to make 150. Well, I guess that's why I said it's preference. But I don't want to make 150K for someone else to cook my meals, for someone else to educate my children and put their values into my kids. What was the point of having them? They're going to be 18 so soon. But for everybody, to each his own. If I was alive back then, I don't think I would be marching to go to work. I would be marching to have a say-so, because just because you're paying all the bills doesn't mean I'm the slave or the maid. I want you to see me as a person, but I want to raise my children. Like, I would love to have been home. But I don't want to march.
Natalie
work.
made a very, very, very good point that it wasn't a march to work. It was a march to equal pay, so that if you had to work, you're not getting paid less than because of your gender.
I wouldn't be at the workplace to be getting paid for or wanting more pay. I would just want my husband to treat me right, even though you are the breadwinner.
But that in human nature, that's not the case.
Well, then where
not the
when you
case.
need to, God forbid, something happens to your husband, and you then need to be the provider, which can happen, we still need to have those rights in place. Or before you get married, when you want to start saving and prepping for a family, because I do see the value and the importance of having a homemaker, whether it's the mom or dad, and how important that is. I've seen families where maybe the mom has a little part-time job, and for whichever partner or parent, the home being their first priority. It's critical, especially today.
Who do you think is more fulfilled in being a homemaker?
Either one depends on the person.
If you
Depends on the
had to
person.
say give it a percentage.
Well, obviously, women, because we're nurturers, I think we have the qualifications to meet a child's demands first, right? Biologically first, sometimes emotionally and mentally, yes. I mean, it's obvious. If you're trying to get it out of me, there you go. But
also, not everybody want to be a wife. Some people want to be I'm single a career woman. Be single for your entire life and not want to be a wife.
That's okay, too.
And if they want to go to work, they should have equal pay. So that's why we march. We march because we are human, and if I have the same skill set or even better skill set than the man in the same role does, I deserve pay according to my talent and skill and contribution to the company, not because I have a vagina.
now let's bring it.
I wonder what sparked this march. Why couldn't they vote to begin with? Which, again, would require more research. Why did it even start? What was the problem back then?
I do want
It was
to.
how society was built. Society was built for women to be in the household and for the men to work. It was taboo.
And
for
were
a
they
woman.
property as well, as slaves?
Well, they didn't have rights.
You couldn't own.
The lack of rights. You couldn't
It
vote.
was.
Yeah, I think you should have the right to work if you want to, and you should have the right to be home if you want to. You should have the right to cover up if you want to.
Right.
And there's different consequences that come with either way. If you choose to have the right, like in America, we can kind of dress however we want. There's a whole war going on right now. On the surface, it seems like we're liberating women so they can be free to go to school and if their hair comes out of their head covering, they don't have to be stoned for it. So yeah, you should have the right to choose whichever life you want. And I feel like the men should support your dreams. I just know for me, most likely if I was back then, if the men were doing their job, I wouldn't want.
How
equal
about
pay.
now?
Right now?
Yes.
What
Want to work.
Hell to the no.
Okay. So it's not back then, is a right
No,
now.
not then or not
not
now.
now.
I just love being home with.
You
my
should.
son.
You should.
I'm gonna.
Sorry,
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go. You go.
I was just gonna say you should read a little more into Catherine Beecher. I came across her name a while ago. I just looked it up to remember, but she she talked about how the women that were pursuing higher education, career, and even sexual pleasures were they were shameful. This is a woman.
Viewed as
They
being,
were
as being shameful.
exiled.
They should be
Some of them were
ashamed
kicked out of the country
of themselves.
for spreading those
Or
kinds
in
of
prison.
ideas.
Yes, they were
Yeah.
in prison.
Because sex wasn't supposed to be enjoyable for women.
I think
Says
one of the
who?
So that's what it,
Back
I know.
then.
One
I
of
know.
the-
It's just mind blowing
It
because God
wasn't-
made it so
wait.
good. So who are we as men to take away the pleasure?
It wasn't till
That's just
the early
Blow my
2000s
mind.
that women in Africa were still being
Yeah.
Circumcised.
A
Whatever.
genital
Mutilation. Genital
This-
mutilation.
2000s.
Yeah. There was a young girl that came out and told her story about how they literally. Sorry if there's children watching, but they cut the woman's clitoris because sex is not supposed to
And
be.
they, some of them also
make 'em promiscuous.
stitch the vaginal opening, which cause problems for menstrual. When they entered into a menstrual period, it caused problems with their cycles.
Not just that.
And so
it's
this
the
one,
cleaning.
the one woman described the process of consummating with her husband as one of the most excruciating
unstitch it?
experiences. No, it was like the whole excruciating part that made that validated her virginity for whatever reason, that validated the consummation of the marriage. And this woman is in full blown like pain and trauma as he's trying to like
Rip through the stitches.
right
Oh my God.
create an opening that had closed over the years. And so I'm sorry, this is pretty graphic, but like this stuff really happens. It ties into like the woman suffrage and oppression on women
over time, and we are slowly progressing.
I would march for that.
But we
I
have
would definitely march for that.
we still have a very, very long way to go when it comes to women rights and women being treated fairly in the workplace. But to spice it all up, believe it or not, I am actually in the process and working very hard to not to work anymore and to be at home for my family. So although I
Interesting.
it is interesting, but I'm not gonna say that women shouldn't work. I did my career in my 20s. I worked in government. I was a chief of staff. I was this. I was that. I did a lot, but I'm finding that my home, my household, my husband, his peace of mind, I feel like I can contribute more being at home. But I'm not saying I'm not going to work. I'm in the process of launching an app to still bring in residual income,
Absolutely.
contribute to the house financially, but not with a 9-to-5, but owning my own business and creating income for my family. So I still think a household need a two-income household.
I like the way you phrase that. Maybe that's what I meant, like taking his money and multiplying it, because we're multipliers. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. And that doesn't
that's
necessarily
still not for everybody.
It's not.
Most homemakers do. That's what they do. Moms, they make bread, sell those. They have chickens. They have this and then
Dinners.
that. They sew dresses. Back in the days, big prom dresses, ball gowns, whatever. They still had a means to bring extra income to the house. They just had to be creative about it.
Yeah.
I do want to share something though, on the subject of being a homemaker, parents, families. Before we wrap up, I want to share that for those of you with the school year ending, approaching, and you might be looking to different options for your students or little ones that are entering to kindergarten, elementary for the first time, I want you to research on a recent funding that happened for the EITC and OSTC aid that the Department of Education distributed. Check and see which schools are offering tuition aid if you're looking for more of a private option like Tina. So just do your research on the EITC aid and the OSTC aid. I'm not totally sure what the abbreviations are for, but I'm sure you'll find it. I don't know if you guys have heard about those financial aids that's come up. I posted it in the chat earlier.
Missed it.
Yeah, so
Okay. That's what I wanted to share.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's time for us. You want to wrap it up, Rosie?
All right. So if there's anything that you wanted to ask, again, you can still ask. We'll check back in throughout the week in the comment section and answer your question. There is a book that every episode we want to recommend a book. The book for today is called Fair Play, and that's for women who are in the corporate world or working and you're trying to find a balance between home and work. So check it out. Thank you so much for sitting with us, talking with us, and hearing our stories.
We
By the
also
way,
have
Fair Play is by Eve Rodsky. So that's Eve Rodsky for Fair Play. And we'll touch a little bit more on that book when we come back in 2 weeks.
And also check out some other podcasts on the cmpradio.net. We have a few podcasts I wanted to share. We have the Cut Up podcast that comes up. They go live on Sundays at 12. We also have the Embrace Dreams, the podcast that comes out on Saturdays live at 5 p.m. And the Culture Uncut podcast.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Wednesdays at 8 p.m. So also listen out to when we shout out or give spotlight to those other podcasts. Get your pens, get your paper, write those down, or save it on your phone, on your notes, and check out those other podcasts. Yes. They've got other really amazing things to share. I think my favorite one recently has been the Cut Up podcast. I've been listening to it here and there.
Oh, and the World of Rich. That's another good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Culture Uncut. Yeah.
There's
a lot of good ones. A lot of good ones on there, guys. So check it out. And thank you for tuning in to this evening's episode of
Rooted in Real,
Delva Diaries.